When I wrote the story, I said, oh, Bessie, she was the most famous blues singer in... I mean, that's what you say when you're talking about somebody you love.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I have stage frights, and being in front of 300 people can really help me.
It's 400.
Oh my
Sorry.
It's the best man in the land. Oh, honey, come on along, let me take you by the hand. Up to the man, up to the man.
She can sing. See, that's what she talked about when he said Bessie can sing. And when she walk around the stage, you guys watch her. Because you're in awe. You love Bessie.
Let us see the light. Amen.
I'm very mad. This is the scene where the KKK has really gotten under my skin. They bothered me and I'm mad. I want to know who. Now it's your turn to talk. You do a step and speak.
I'm me and Bessie Smith. How can I put Bessie Smith and I together to make something just, something just real, something that just comes from me, but everybody can still recognize that it's still her.
When I published the book, Bessie Smith and the Night Riders, it occurred to me that I might have a platform for showcasing some of this amazing talent.
And the thing I want to know is who's been doing it.
A lot of time is being consumed doing it, and it's always, to me, it's always fun. Acting, performing anything with music, it's always fun.
This is my first semi-professional experience with bluesy jazz. Just having this experience working with a legend like Elgin Vines and an up-and-coming legend like Keaton is a good experience for me.
I've played blues before, but this is a different era. It's a blues that you don't play very often. So that requires a different sensibility. It requires me to think differently from the things I normally play in the jazz venues. And so it's just good discipline. It's great to do this whole stuff again.
We needed really talented vocalists who were both professionals, but who also could connect to high school age girls. And Elgin Vines, our musical director, said, we need Deborah Perry. That's who we need. And I said, great, who is she?
1, 2, ready, and...
Peace, peace, peace I live with you.
And so we went searching. Debbie McFallone and Elgin and I went in search of Deborah Perry, and we found her at Henry Park School, and we pitched this idea to her, and she had to leave the room and think about it. And when she came back, she said she'd do it. And she recommended, and actually a couple other people recommended, Vanessa Allen, who is also a professional vocalist and in many choirs around town, and who works at Ottawa Hills High School.
When I met with Sue Stauffacher and heard her vision, she had a story to tell, and I wanted to be a part of that. I'm so glad that you pulled me into it.
It was just this perfect trio to start with. Elgin Vines, who was, I think, the West Michigan Jazz Society's Musician of the Year last year as a musical director, and Vanessa Allen and Deborah Perry as vocal and stage directors. And we just figured with that group, we couldn't lose. We cast a group of high school students from the Grand Rapids Public Schools to play the part of Bessie Smith. We also cast 6th, 5th grade girls from Dickinson Elementary School to play Emmerine, the little girl who narrates the story.
I decided that if Bessie Smith wasn't going to take no mess, neither was Anne-Marie Johnson.
We found, as we went along, that we had to gather many more people. A retired reading specialist named Dolores Robinson connected us to a number of other people. Marcy Hamilton, who's a retired speech specialist, and then Cheryl Lamar, who's a professional storyteller and actress. All these people started coming on board.
I read over the story, and I just kind of immediately envisioned in my mind, I'm going to have all these girls do this. And it just kind of came together.
It surely would be grand to see every one of y'all tonight at the show.
Folks poked me, stepped on my feet, but I didn't feel a thing, except Bessie's words wrapping themselves around me.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Annerino Johnson.
I thought I was Annerino Johnson.
Wait a minute, wasn't I supposed to play Annerino?
Me too.
Me too. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we are Annerino Johnson.
And we're about to tell you a story.
The idea for the picture book, Bessie Smith and the Night Riders, came when I was watching the PBS special about jazz. And there was just a line about, and one night Bessie Smith, scared or faced down the KKK. And I thought, that's interesting. And, writers just, they go after stuff like that, so I started researching it, and I got her biography. And then once I got her biography, I thought, oh, I like her. She's not exactly the perfect person to portray to children. But that's exactly why I wanted to do it, because I feel like, women like her may not be portrayed because she was sort of a hard-living woman, but she had all these qualities that we really need to celebrate.
The whole provocative feeling when you're up there, and then you have an excuse so your parents don't be like, oh, why are you so provocative? You just be like, oh, that's Bessie Smith, baby,
I like Bessie Smith a lot. I think she's a very independent woman.